It's fall. Bow hunting season is right around the corner. Guys are out in the backyard getting sighted in, getting those shoulders ready to go for the season, which is coming up. I got a tip to give you a couple more hours of practice before season starts. Stick around. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher.
I'm Megan Fuller.
And today, what we're gonna do is give you an idea for how you can get a couple more hours of practice time in with the bow and not end up getting in the doghouse. So here it is, guys. You're out in the backyard, you're practicing, getting those muscles ready for bow hunting, sighting in, making sure you can shoot at 20 yards, 40 yards up in a tree. Here's the thing. All that time you're doing that, you're away from the family. Get the family involved, and I've got a great way to do that. Megan, have you ever shot a bow before in your life?
Not anything this fancy. When you said we were doing archery, I thought it was going to be like...
A little stick and string, huh?
Right, like
Okay.
I did at summer camp when I was young.
Well, we have just the thing for you, and it's going to be fun. You're going to love it. And guys, you can do the same thing with your kids, with your wife. Get them over there with you too, so that you end up making this an activity. You can do it in the backyard, and it's great, and it takes one little item, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So Megan, what I have right here is called a Genesis bow. This is made by the same company that makes my hunting bow, Matthews Archery. But this Genesis bow, you can see it's still a compound bow, but it doesn't have what's called the let off. So I'd like you to grab this bow with your right hand.
All right.
And you can kind of feel it in the grip there.
Yep.
And then with your left hand, I want you to just take this string and I want you to draw this back to the corner of your mouth. Do not let go, just pull it back. Arm straight here. See how that is? So you're pulling it back the entire way. You've got the arm strength to do that. Now just don't let go of it, but go ahead and slow. That's it. Good. Oh, so let's get you set up, go through some of the safety tips and get you shooting.
All right, I'm excited.
So you got the grip. The next thing is we're going to talk about your arm. Your arm is always going to stay straight when you're shooting. Now we're going to talk about the arrow. We're going to do something called knocking the arrow. This is a knock.
Right.
We're going to put the arrow in, and when you knock the arrow, you're always going to put it underneath this knock, and so that the odd color fletching is pointing up. And then
Okay.
it'll just rest on the arrow rest. You're going to draw back till it comes to your mouth and just release. Okay, that was good. So that was very good. This time, I'd like you to, wherever you were aiming, I'd like you to just aim a little bit farther down. So bring it back to the same release point you had it. And where are you aiming right now? What are you looking at?
The middle.
Good, now fire. Okay, you're coming down a little bit. So now this time you said you were aiming at the middle. So this time I want you to aim at the bottom. Look at that! Nice job. Nice job. This time aim at the same place that you aimed the last time. You got a bullseye. Look at that. Nice. So in 4 shots, you've determined where you have to shoot. You got the whole thing down in terms of knocking your arrow, gripping it, holding it steady, the anchor point, which is the same place, and then a nice smooth release, and you've got where you're aiming at, and you got 2. I tell you what, folks, that's pretty darn good grouping. Nice job. You want to shoot some more?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So you can see, I mean, you literally shot 4 arrows in your life.
Right. Yep.
And you're hitting, and number 3 and number 4 in your life were bullseyes within a grouping of a quarter. That's pretty good. We'd call that natural talent or a great teacher. I'm not sure, one or the other. Okay. But folks, that's what I'm getting at. This is with a Matthews Genesis bow. This is a simple thing to teach people who are new to archery. And now I'm telling you, Megan, we can shoot side by side. I can be sitting here working on my hunting skills.
Okay.
And you can be, you know, messing around, getting better with this.
Yeah.
And I want you to notice, we've kind of set up our target. And yeah, you see the silver bullseye, but what does that remind you of? What does that look like down there? One of the pieces of tape is missing on there, but what kids game?
A tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, it's a tic-tac-toe. And so what we can do is when we get a little bit better, we can start playing tic-tac-toe. I can shoot, and then you can shoot your arrow, and we can play a game of tic-tac-toe and see who can win.
I like
and
it.
Block, and it ends up being, it's working for me because I need to be able to aim at different locations and be able to, and it's fun for you and it gets us involved, and all of a sudden I've spent an extra hour practicing and getting in shape for bow season. And meanwhile we've spent an hour together. We hope you liked today's episode. Do us a favor, if you do, hit that like button, give us a comment. By all means, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'd appreciate that.